Let's go Broncos! Something is brewing in Denver, and I promise you, it's bigger than just training camp updates. What I'm hearing and seeing right now could change everything we thought we knew about this team. This isn't just about Bo Nix proving his haters wrong or Courtland Sutton showing up despite all the contract talk. This feels like the start of something special, something we haven't felt since the Peyton Manning days. But here's the kicker. There's a detail coming out of camp that almost no one is talking about, and it could be the secret weapon that takes the Broncos from playoff hopefuls to legitimate Super Bowl contenders. But before I reveal all of that, if you've been a Broncos fan long enough to remember watching Elway or Manning tear up defenses, smash that like button right now. And if your heart still races every time you see that orange and blue on the field, drop a comment. Go Broncos! We're taking the AFC this year. Alright, let's dive in because what's happening inside Dove Valley is sending shockwaves through the locker room, and I need to break it all down for you. Now, let's get straight to it because there's no time to waste. The big story of the week? Bo Nix has officially silenced his doubters in the loudest way possible. The hate all offseason has been relentless, people saying he's destined for a sophomore slump, that he's just another Mac Jones, that he's nothing without Sean Payton's system. But you know who disagrees? The players who actually take the field every Sunday. The NFL Top 100 list, voted on by the players themselves, just came out, and Bo Nix, our guy, still on a rookie contract, landed at number 64. Think about that. This is a rookie who had no elite tight end, no dominant running game, and was throwing to a group of first-year receivers, yet the league's best players are ranking him ahead of veterans like Dak Prescott, Tua Tagovailoa, and even Jordan Love. Dak makes $60 million a year. Tua is pulling in $53 million. And we've got Bo Nix locked in on a rookie deal for the next 4 years. That's not just good news, that's a franchise-changing advantage. And if that wasn't enough to get you hyped, Talanoa Hufanga dropped a bombshell after practice. He said the thing that shocked him most wasn't Nix's leadership or his accuracy, it was the absolute rocket arm he didn't know Bo had. And you can see it at camp. First day of OTAs, first throw over everyone's head, and players are looking around like, okay, this kid isn't just a check-down machine. Combine that with the fact that Nix spent extra time this offseason working with Drew Brees and quarterback guru Tom House, and the difference is clear. His release is lightning fast. Reporters at camp are saying he hits his back foot and the ball is out instantly, faster than Russell Wilson ever managed here. That's how you carve up defenses. Speaking of camp, Courtland Sutton put a major rumor to rest. There was a lot of speculation about a possible hold-in, with some saying he was skipping drills because of his contract situation. But Sutton went full throttle in practice, participating in everything Sean Payton asked. According to reports from Luka Evans and Zach Stevens, this wasn't about pouting, it's about smart load management. Sutton's on the wrong side of 30, and Payton's taking no risks with injuries. And that's huge because the Bo Nix to Courtland Sutton connection is looking lethal. Sutton's been through losing seasons and isn't about to jeopardize what the Broncos are building right now. That's a statement of faith in this team's future. The receiving corps also gave us a surprise. It's starting to look like Devin Vele might actually be locked in as WR2 next season. Remember, he played through broken ribs last year, and now healthy, he's showing why Payton trusts him. A lot of us thought Troy Franklin or Marvin Mims might take that spot, but Vele's chemistry with Nix is undeniable. If he stays healthy, the numbers he puts up this season could be massive. And let's not forget the defense. Drew Sanders is healthy and looking like a monster. The edge rushing group, Nick Benito, Jonathan Cooper, Jonah Ellis, and DeAndre Tillman, is stacked. Jonathan Cooper had over 10 sacks last season, and now they're saying this year's group could be even more dominant. That kind of pressure up front makes life so much easier for the secondary. And you know what else? Bo Nix is going up against this defense every day in camp, and he's not throwing picks. That's huge. If he can hold his own against one of the top defenses in the league, the rest of the NFL better be ready. Then there's Quinn Meinerz, who continues to be an absolute beast. He made All-Pro last year, but instead of coasting, he's talking about widening the gap between himself and every other guard in the league. He's been grinding against Zach Allen in practice, breaking down plays with him, iron sharpening iron. That's the mentality this whole team has right now. Talanoa Hufanga even talked about how veteran leadership is taking over this locker room, with guys like Brandon Jones setting the tone. This isn't just hype, this feels like the foundation of a playoff team. Broncos country, it's been a long time since we felt this level of excitement. I'm talking Peyton Manning era excitement. This team feels different. The leadership is there. The young stars are stepping up. Sean Payton has a plan, and everyone is buying in. We're looking at a team that's not just fighting for a playoff spot, they're building for a deep postseason run. And here's where things get even more interesting because what's happening inside that Broncos locker room right now is something we haven't seen in years, a full cultural shift. And it's being driven by guys who are not just talking leadership but living it every single day. Quinn Maynard said it best. Being voted one of the best guards in the league last year isn't enough for him. He's not content with being great. He wants to create separation, to be undeniably the best guard in football. That mindset is contagious, and when you hear him talk about how he and Zach Allen are sharpening each other in practice, breaking down plays after every rep, asking why did you block this way, and why did you rush that way, you realize this is a group of players obsessed with improvement. That's what championship teams are built on. And the defense? Oh, it's as fierce as it's been in years. The edge rushers are making life miserable for the offense, and that's exactly what you want in camp. Drew Sanders is flying around looking like a breakout star. Nick Benito is motivated with money on the line. Jonathan Cooper is coming off a 10-sack season and playing like he's hungry for more. And Jonah Ellis and DeAndre Tillman are stepping into their second seasons with something to prove. If this pass rush plays to its potential, it's going to make the secondary's job almost unfair. And that's why Bo Nix looking this sharp against this defense is so important. You don't hear about him throwing pick after pick in practice because he's adjusting, learning, and processing at a high level. When he faces other defenses this season, it might actually feel easier than what he's seeing in practice every day. Now, let's talk about Bo again because it's not just what he's doing physically, it's how his preparation is starting to pay off. Spending time with Drew Brees this offseason was a massive move. People at camp are saying he's getting the ball out faster than ever before, and the timing with his receivers is already looking crisp. He's hitting his back foot, and that ball is gone before defenders even have a chance to react. That's how elite quarterbacks play. Combine that with the chemistry he's building with Sutton and now Devin Vele emerging as a legitimate WR2, and you can see why there's so much optimism. And don't sleep on Courtland Sutton's attitude here. He's on the wrong side of 30. He's not where he wants to be contractually, but he's practicing, buying in, and setting an example for the younger players. That tells you everything about where this locker room's head is at. The vibe isn't just about individual success. It's about building something special as a team. When you've been through as many losing seasons as Sutton has, that kind of buy-in matters. The rookie deal situation with Bo Nix also can't be overstated. Broncos country, this is exactly how teams win Super Bowls in today's NFL. You build a complete roster while your quarterback is still cheap. Look at the difference. Dak Prescott is making $60 million a year. Tua is making $53 million. Jordan Love is at $55 million. And we've got Bo for a fraction of that. That extra cap space means better weapons, better depth, and better chances to compete for a Lombardi. Sean Payton knows this window is open, and that's why you're seeing every single decision feel calculated toward a championship push. Even the younger players are stepping up in ways that scream leadership. Talanoa Hufanga talked about how Brandon Jones has been a true vet leader in the locker room, something this team has lacked in recent years. When you have veterans teaching other veterans and setting standards for the younger guys, that's when you build sustained success, not just a one-year flash. And finally, let's talk about the energy. If you've been following this team for a long time, you know the last decade has been rough. But right now, you can feel it. Players are locked in, fans are excited, and for the first time since Peyton Manning stepped off that plane in Denver, it feels like the Broncos are on the cusp of something big. Training camp isn't just drills and scrimmages right now. It's the foundation for what could be a deep playoff run. So Broncos country, here's my question for you. Do you believe this team has what it takes to go beyond just making the playoffs? Can they actually make a run at the AFC Championship? Maybe even the Super Bowl with this young core and Sean Payton running the show? Or do you think we need another year before we start talking about the big dance? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button if you're loving this energy, and make sure you're subscribed because we're going to be breaking down every single update from camp all the way through the season. Go Broncos, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll dive even deeper into what's happening behind the scenes.